Welcome back, everybody, to the Reciprocity with AG podcast. We're now on part two of this episode. Let's get going. So, how have you helped another colleague who is struggling with work-life balance?
Taking things off of their plate without them having to ask and without making a big deal about it. You know what I mean? Like there's some people who like to help and they like to be benevolent, but they want to be recognized for it. You don't always need the recognition. You just need to recognize that someone needs some additional assistance, someone needs something taken off of their hands, and make the offer. Say, is it okay if I do these things? So a lot of times we ask people, what do you need me to do? And that's another task for them that they might already be overwhelmed. So you say, if I do X, Y, and Z, how will that help you? Will that help you? And they might be saying, you know what? You don't need to do those two things, but if you did these two things, that would free up my time, or that would give me a little bit of relief from what I have to do.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's also giving people the permission to delegate or prioritize. You don't have to do everything at once. You don't have to. I didn't ask you to juggle. No one's watching you juggle. So if you want to juggle, that's your thing. If you keep on dropping the balls, we're all seeing it.
Like that.
So why don't, hey, what can I do? Or how about I go ahead and hold the orange ball for a while and I'll handle that. So that's really good advice, the idea of taking it away. If you were to create a music group, what type of music would you play? Who do you want to listen to it? Who's that audience? And you got to give me a band name.
Oh, it would definitely be a choir.
Okay.
So some kind of, not like pentatonic. Is that the name of that group? Like those groups that I like harmonies and I like people coming together. So it would definitely be a choir. And we would sing everything. My musical tastes range from hymns to gospel to Pour Some Sugar on Me to trap music. We'll just sing. And shout out to everyone that went to University of Richmond with me, who was there during lunchtime, and me and my friends would sit around and just make up songs at the dining tables and have a good time. Yeah, so it would definitely be a choir.
Get harmonies going.
Yeah, so we could just call it, like, there's already a group called Fifth Harmony, so we'll just call it something harmony, however many of us it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a Philly thing almost. That's a Boys to Men thing, right? That's right.
I have to tell you the story how I met Boys to Men another time. I have to tell you that story another time.
So what was your first job, your very first job? Okay. And talk about a learning that you picked up then that you're using today. And this doesn't have to be my first job that's related to the work that I do now. This can be, you're 6 years old and you're hustling or whatever. So what's your first?
So I was thinking about my first paid on the table job, as they call it, not under, but on it. And it was telephone surveys. So that is directly related to what I ended up doing as the career as a recruiter, in the sense that these folks were not getting compensated for giving me their information, but I found a way to keep them interested and engaged. Depending on their answers, they may make things longer and may make things shorter. I'm calling during dinner time, so I'm annoying people. I'm 16 years old. I don't know everything about the world, but I'm calling asking you about if anyone has suffered from a stroke, depending on the market research that we were doing at the time, or what kind of groceries are you buying, whatever the case may be. And I enjoyed it. I was good at it. And I love talking to people, and it was a great time. Yeah, I'm definitely going to always lean on that. My first paid job was something that adults don't want to do.
Yeah, I think we hang up I don't hang up when someone asks me those questions. So I get a
I
call.
don't either because I did that job.
Yeah. And I'll be respectful and say, hey, how can I help you? And they're like, I'd like you to have to do a survey. And I said, look, I got a few minutes. How long is the survey? They said, I got 4
Hmm.
questions for you. I'm like, bring it on. And so I rather pick up an opportunity to be nice, right? It's
Yeah.
an opportunity to be nice.
Like this podcast and its transparency? Then you will love Aspen Analytics. Their audit documentation enable employers to share with investors, analysts, and regulators how their chosen HR practices using AI, wage equity, and analysis reduces significant business risks. Remove these risks before they become real problems. Find out more at www.aspenanalytics.io.
So everyone's got a different set of influences when they're a kid around them, whether it's where your bedroom or a room in the house or things that you saw on a regular basis. But what pictures, posters, artwork, or music sticks out as part of your childhood?
Again, my childhood was very African American slash black slash everything around me was reminding me of my cultural heritage and from the music that we listened to, again, gospel music, Philadelphia sound. I Until I was old enough, I really did think my dad was in a quartet group because my mother used to joke about he was part of the Shy Lights or he was your dad, but because he loved the music. All of that. We ate dinner together every weeknight at least, and then Sundays were bigger dinners with extended family. But there was always talking, there was always sharing, there was always what's the latest this, the latest that, who has this. And I had artwork in my bedroom, and I have artwork now in my home because one of the members of our church was an artist. He actually had some of his paintings were on the Cosby Show, actually, when I was growing up. So knowing that I could always look at that and they're prints, but they're signed. And I still, like I said, I have some in my home as well. My mother never let me take the childhood one from home. It's still in my childhood bedroom. I don't know why she wants that picture, but I would love to have it back. So I can put it in my home. But yeah, it's always been very Black American centered, everything.
Tell me a little bit about your best supervisor or maybe a colleague that you worked with. Just
Yeah.
inspirational, dedicated, awesome management, just something.
Yeah, I would have to say it would be April Falcon. I worked with April and she was the TA director for another team, but we worked at 2 different places. Each time we worked adjacently. And I never knew that she paid that much attention to me. Like, I always liked to be around her because she was like a light. Whenever I got the opportunity, I never saw her upset, never saw her angry. Even when she was delivering some bad news, it was always done in a way that's, wow, thank you. That's so nice. But the second place that we worked together, she was always speaking my name in rooms, even though I wasn't directly on her team. She was always pointing back to me in the same ways that I was like looking to her and her leadership style as a model and thinking of her as like a mentor without her even knowing that I was paying attention and knowing that she was also paying attention to me. Like that's always been someone that I look to as if I could be more like April, I probably would not have the problems that I have.
If you were not permitted to use your phone for a month, what would you substitute it with?
Puzzles. I love jigsaw puzzles. I would do
Oh,
puzzles. I would read books. I would write letters. Just so folks
that's
knew.
puzzles. Puzzles is one I didn't expect.
Yeah.
Do you do the thing where, so some people do the thing where they do the puzzle and then they put it back in the box and then they're going to do it later
No.
another time. So do you recycle your puzzles?
No,
Do
I
you
frame them.
frame your puzzles or do you give them away after you're done? Some people
I
do all
frame
three.
them. I frame them.
Okay.
I do puzzles that I give to other people, but they're something that the picture is something that they want to see. And again, the best people send me puzzles, especially they started sending puzzles during the pandemic. And for whatever reason, the puzzle price went up. Like some puzzles were like $50 for a jigsaw puzzle. And these are like, yeah, come on.
Gotta
But
get in the jigsaw puzzle
folks would
business.
send me puzzles, but I have a friend who lives in DC I hadn't seen for some time. Shout out to Brew. And it was a year ago. I was randomly at just eating. And he came into the same restaurant. He said, I have something for you in my car. And he went in his car and he had been driving around with a puzzle for 2 years. And he handed me this puzzle and it's just all red. And it was a challenge. It took me a month to do it because it's just red. It's just red pieces.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So people know like I'm a puzzle person. So I have about 6 that are still in the box. I haven't opened them yet, but when I have time and when I want to sit down and just do whatever, disconnect, I'm doing a puzzle.
I don't think I've got a friend who I worked with, and she's down in DC, and she does a lot of puzzles, but that's actually a common gift that she gives people, similar to how you did, where she says, I know that you're gonna like this picture. And they see it and they're like, and she does it typically for people who aren't well. So rather than necessarily bringing flowers or something like that, I think, which is a little bit more common, she brings them a small puzzle. And I'm like, you know what? Wow, that's a great idea. And that's generous.
That is beautiful.
So name an expensive business mistake that you've observed. Okay, you don't have to say it's yours, but what did you learn from watching it? What did you learn in general?
I'm going to give you one that I did as when I first started my business. I'm going to take ownership of it. And instead of actually sitting down and devising a business plan and things first, I was hyper focused on social media and what what content I was going to put out there and what image I was going to have. And I actually was paying someone to manage my social media accounts. And they basically just took my money.
Goodness.
And it was expensive, like a couple $100s per month. And the reason why, and I wasn't seeing any return in the sense that not just I wasn't amassing a great deal of followers, but I was the one that was like doing the content and then giving it to that person. And I couldn't do all those things. Like I thought I had delegated, but I hadn't. And I changed my passwords.
Oh, wow.
And they didn't even notice. And that's when I knew that you're not doing
Wasn't
anything.
happening.
So that's a huge mistake. Go in order. Because I'm thinking about, here's what other people that are entrepreneurs have done. Here's what other people, in these fields have done, but they weren't doing the same kind of work I was doing. They weren't TA consultants.
Yeah.
They weren't recruiting consultants. They weren't, like the line of business mattered. And I couldn't create the same kind of content that other people were creating. I couldn't approach social media the same way that others were. And some of that was because I didn't want to be the face of my company. Like I am Trap Recruiter, but I wanted it to be about the work and not about what I had on that day. Or it irritates me. I think they're cute, but like those get ready with me, stuff.
Right.
Like, I'm like, that's cute. If you're a fashion influencer, or if you're a chef even, hey, this is how I start my day. Hey, this is how I do whatever. But for me, do people really care what I have on that day? Probably not. But I figured out something, again, that worked for me. So if you notice, I do something sometimes and I'm like, this is my business mullet, especially when I'm on camera and I'm not outside speaking to people. If they're only seeing whatever's in the frame, I call it my business mullet. And that became a thing for me. It was a learning experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The thing I got from it is not trying to be someone else. Try to be yourself and do what works for you. And again, don't go to Z before you've done A, B, and C.
So we have gone through the questions. Now it is time for the infamous lightning round. And these are questions that you don't know.
Okay.
And the questions tend to be this or that. So they're binary or they're a little bit categorical. And the other thing is it's supposed to be fast. So
Okay.
are you ready for the lightning round?
I am ready.
Valentine's Day, flowers or chocolates?
Yes.
You're such a consultant.
I am. Yes. Flowers.
Museum or aquarium?
Museum.
Chocolate caramel or chocolate pretzel?
Chocolate pretzel.
Black or red licorice?
Red.
Pool or beach?
Beach.
Hike or bike?
Bike.
Can you go on speaker in public?
No.
Cocktail, wine, sparkling water, or something else?
Something else.
Okay. Last is word associations.
Uh-oh.
One word responses. Disney.
Land.
Race.
And ethnicity.
Okay. Boat.
Shoes.
Journey.
Has good songs.
Shoes.
Tie.
That's it.
Whew. I was hoping I wasn't going to say something crazy. Thank you. Those were good. I was like, please don't curse, Keirsten.
This has been, first of all, thank you so much for being on the podcast and going through this. I want to give you an opportunity. We've got Talent Acquisition Week virtual coming up. I know that you're participating in that. Just give our listeners a little ditty on what you'll be talking about.
Yes, so please come all week, but definitely stay till Friday. I will be doing 2 sessions. The first one is the state of DEI and talent attraction, and the second is a panel discussion also about talent attraction and DEI. So far, it's just me, and Jackie Clayton is going to be the moderator. She's also the host of the day. And we're looking for some other folks who might be interested in joining. So if there's someone listening who wants to be a part of that panel, please reach out, let me know.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks again, Keirsten. It's been my pleasure. And everybody who's listening, thanks so much for being on the Reciprocity with AG podcast.
Thanks for listening to the Reciprocity with AG podcast. You can enjoy more episodes by favoriting the podcast at leading podcast platforms. On behalf of Andrew Godomsky and all our guests, we enjoyed the time spent with you and ask you to consider reciprocating powerful learnings to and from all you meet.